Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please rise and face the flag by the scoreboard for the playing of our national anthem. The flag's actually right behind, in front of you. Thank you.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose west stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red on the twisting ocean gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
You may be seated.
Good morning, Superintendent Dr. Meg Mayo Brown, Principal Clark, school committee members Kathy Bent, Barbara Dunn, Stephanie Ellis, Mike Judge, Joe Nystrom, graduates, and guests. My name is Abiel Susi, and I am the Vice President of the Class of 2020, otherwise known as the COVID class. We are grateful for the effort of many people who supported us through a most unusual senior year. Though this may not be a traditional graduation, we are grateful to our BHS community for making this day possible. Our ceremony might be modified, but our accomplishments as graduates are not, and today is our day to celebrate. There are many people we wish to thank for their hard work during our 5 years at Barnstable High School. Officers Stamfel and DeRusso, thank you for keeping our learning community safe and our student section off the rails and radar. To our deans, Mr. Donahue, Ms. Peters, and Ms. Taylor, thank you for looking past the occasional tardies, forgotten lanyards, and having coffee with some of us on Saturday mornings. To our guidance counselors, Ms. Clark, Ms. Almeida, Ms. Tellert, Mr. Buckman, Mr. Skirvin, Mr. Wannett, and especially Mr. Kingman, thank you for having confidence in our ability even when we might not have had it in ourselves. Finally, thank you to our tireless teachers. Now that our families have walked in your shoes, I think we all have a newfound appreciation for what you do every day. We see how you stepped outside your own traditional teaching methods to make sure we were all successful. We appreciate and value your talent, time, and care. I wish the class of 2020 the best success in all their future endeavors. Our class was special, and I cannot wait to see what we accomplish. Best of luck to you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Abby. My name is Lauren Oganowski, and I have had the pleasure of working as the Class of 2020 Secretary over these past few years. It is now my honor to introduce our class president, Olivia Montero.
Thank you, Lauren. All right. Thank you, Superintendent Dr. Meg Mayo Brown, Principal Clark, our class advisor, Mrs. Gardner, members of the faculty, families, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2020. Good morning and welcome to the long-awaited graduation ceremony for the class of 2020. I have to say, I'm very excited to be standing here today with my classmates and our families. We had no idea what this day was going to look like, and it is an honor to have everyone together one last time. I'm very grateful to Barnstable High School faculty for dedicating so much time to create this special day. The upside of this in-person ceremony is that we are all together. The downside is that I have to address you all with a speech, and anyone who knows me knows that public speaking is not my favorite thing to do. As I was contemplating what to talk about today, I reflected on these past 4 years at Barnstable High School, especially my role as class president. Although I appreciate that everybody's high school experience is unique, I would like to share some of the favorite things and the things that my role as president has taught me. As I share my 4 greatest takeaways of being class president, it is my hope that some of my learned lessons will resonate with each of you. Think back to when we were entering into high school. You may be able to remember feeling worried about being picked on by upperclassmen, getting lost in this enormous building, being late for class, and most importantly, obsessing about who you would sit with at lunch. Running for class president never even crossed my mind until my advisor at the time, Mrs. Gauthier, encouraged me to run. You can imagine how reluctant I was at first. I wasn't sure what this job entailed, was nervous about putting myself out there, and was not used to getting out of my comfort zone. So I took a risk. Running for class president was one of the best decisions I ever made. I was exposed to new opportunities and gained meaningful relationships with faculty and students that I wouldn't have gotten to know if I hadn't taken this chance. Oh, and let's not forget all those election speeches. I had to repeatedly face my fear of public speaking. In all seriousness, I encourage you all to take risks, get out of your comfort zone, and be open to trying new things. You never know who you might meet and what opportunities may come. I wouldn't be here today without the help of my fellow class officers. I'd like to take this moment to thank each of these amazing people who have worked beside me all 4 years. Abby Alisusi, Vice President. Blake Germani, Treasurer. And Secretaries Sam Wasser and Lauren Oganowski. As a leadership team, we organized a junior dance, brought back senior-only activities to BHS like the senior games and a student-faculty basketball game. Some of us even participated in some intergenerational activities with the oldest members in Barnstable County at the Barnstable Senior Center, which was incredible. We also raised a tremendous amount of money for our class. Through this, I learned to collaborate. Collaborating taught me to listen, taught me how to let go and allow others to lead, and taught me how to be decisive, even when everyone didn't agree. Ms. Gardner, I would like to thank you and let you know how grateful I am for all the support and guidance that you gave us. As our class advisor, you had our backs, advocated for us, and supported every idea we presented. You are the reason we are here today, and I couldn't be more grateful to have you as a teacher, supporter, and advisor. I encourage you all to collaborate. You will build relationships and accomplish great things. The role of student leadership encompasses event planning, building class cohesiveness, fundraising, and community outreach. Sadly, our efforts came to an abrupt end due to COVID-19, so I learned to be flexible. In a moment, all our planning and efforts came to a halt. In March, we switched to online learning, never to return to our classrooms. We missed out on all our milestone senior events like prom, celebration, and our senior class trip. Graduation was delayed, and today we come together with our masks on and limited guests to celebrate this once-in-a-lifetime accomplishment. I encourage you to be flexible. With flexibility comes creativity. The student task force came together and created the senior parade, found ways for us to visit the school one last time to gather our belongings and pick up our yearbooks, and managed to pull off this in-person commencement. Before we were ripped away from our senior year, we never thought we would miss waking up early to go to school, sitting in classes, staying after school for sports and getting extra help, or even worse, waiting in that excessive line trying to leave at the end of the day. We thought it was all such a burden. I bet many of you felt like I did after a few days of quarantine. All I wanted to do was go back to those beautiful burdens, those wonderful classes, and those amazing dismissal traffic jams. I learned to be grateful. We can appreciate all the things we still have access to. Some of us are working summer jobs to earn money. We can go to the beaches and enjoy the summer weather and spend time with loved ones who are around more often than they were before. Looking back, I am even more appreciative of the activities we got to participate in as seniors and time spent in the classroom with teachers and friends. Even though my college plans have changed, I will still be moving forward with my education in the fall. I encourage you to be grateful. There is always something to be grateful for, even in what feels like the worst of times. To me, being grateful is the greatest lesson that I've learned. No matter where you're headed next year and what plans you set out to achieve, I hope you always remember to take risks, collaborate, be flexible, and be grateful. It is my hope that this day provides us with the closure that we need to head into our future to accomplish our next goals. This is just the beginning. I am proud to say that I am a part of the class of 2020, and it has been a pleasure to be your president, classmate, and friend for the past 4 years. I look forward to seeing you all at our class reunion. Congratulations to the BHS class of 2020. Thank you.
Thank you, Olivia. At this time, my name is Sam Wasser, and I've also had the pleasure of serving as the Secretary Class of 2020. It is my honor to introduce the President of our Student Council, Margot Silliman.
Oh geez, we got earrings. Okay. Get it off that too. Thank you, Sam, and hello everyone. I am so honored to be here speaking in front of you today. As I searched for meaningful words, I tried to think of things to which we, the Barnstable class of 2020, might all be able to appreciate. I want to reflect on what I learned at Barnstable and what I take away. When I consider the skills I've learned at BHS, I don't necessarily think of the facts we memorized because it's the skills that go beyond our curriculum that are the most meaningful. They come from our teachers and our classmates. I found that the people at BHS have allowed me to appreciate our school and our time together more than anything. For any one complaint, I would not give up having been in my favorite classes or getting to know some of my amazingly talented classmates. We didn't get to walk down the halls in May to see the school buzzing with activity one last time. But if we had, we'd see murals on the walls and the pillars our classmates were often painting. We'd pass the night hall where we filled the audience and took the stage for poetry slams and drama performances. Every day I saw the accomplishments of my fellow classmates, their works of art, their poetry, and sometimes their stand-up comedy. And I saw my abilities pale in comparison. After those pillars, we'd pass the rainbow staircase, where we either fought to avoid being trampled or to stop ourselves from yelling at the person who decided it was a good place to pause and have a conversation. Our victories of patience and resilience at that staircase are unparalleled. My classmates also taught me kindness, from how they always looked for one more thing to do or one more project to start for their communities. Being out on the football field, I'm reminded of seeing students out here training for hours with impressive determination. I can also picture a stacked student section in the bleachers, completely unified by a wash of spirited outfits. Finally, entering the main lobby of the school, I would experience the anxiety one would from being a student who was constantly rushing in at 7:19. Ahead of me, already in class, many students were sitting with their Dunkin' iced coffees. I've always admired them as our most timely and prepared students, and I hope to emulate that preparedness as I move forward. From the best of my teachers, I learned how to expand the way I view things, as I realized there is always more to learn. One of my teachers once said, "I follow rules, but I always challenge the ones that I think are on the stupider side of things." I hope we all find our own way to challenge rules and take it upon ourselves to change the systems we see unfit as we put ourselves in charge. In the past couple months, I've been moved beyond measure by seeing my peers, as well as our teachers, educating themselves, aiming for self-improvement, and looking to change the inequality in our society. We don't have to look far for models of decency and courage. The biggest lesson I learned at Barnstable is to have the confidence to get things done. In high school, we're often told we can't do things, or we're given 20 hoops to jump through in order to accomplish them. With student council, or in any aspect of school really, I failed numerous times. But I don't regret my failures because I could never shake the thought, but what if I do it and it's awesome? And that thought is what led me to my successes as well. In a pandemic, there are more hoops and more impossibilities. But if Miss Gardner and Miss Lomax can pull off this graduation, we can certainly carry the confidence it takes to learn from our failures and struggles to pursue our dreams. From being a member of the infamous class of 2020, I learned what it's like to feel enormous pressure. I'm sure in the past few months you've watched virtual commencements from people like President Obama or Miley Cyrus or LeBron James. And I know you've all been looking forward to my commencement address far more. In their speeches, many people said they were so inspired by us. I kept thinking to myself, why? I mean, feel sorry for us, yeah, but inspired? Now we're tasked with living up to that pressure. Thinking about that last walk down the hallways again, there are dozens of things I can picture that we would have had. Fashion shows, drama performances, final games with our spring sports. But we've already begun to make up for those things by planning smaller events ourselves and honoring each other. We've managed to find jobs this summer despite all the things being canceled. We've become resourceful, and we will continue to be known for using that to fuel positive change. Graduating high school in a pandemic, and more importantly, not messing it up after only one rehearsal, let's hope, is one accomplishment down. Many more to go. Thank you.
Go.
Thank you, Margot. It is with great pleasure that I introduce our next speaker, Alexis Papavasilio, the President of the National Honor Society.
Just gonna grab the stool real quick. Sorry, short people problems.
Oh, you dropped it.
Did I drop something?
It actually was
Oh,
Lauren.
all right. Well, we'll just let that go. Thank you, Lauren. Hello, everyone. My name is Alexis Papavasilio, and I am the president of the National Honor Society. I can't believe the class of 2020 is wrapping up our high school career. We started at Barnstable, and graduation seemed really far away. But now, we're living it. So please try to enjoy these brief, fleeting moments, because before you know it, we'll be moving on. So today, I would like to read a poem that captures my thoughts and wishes for us and our futures. For a little background, I first read this poem my freshman year at my yaya's house prior to a soccer tournament. While I was getting ready for my first game, I saw a tarnished silver frame with the poem inside. This poem by Nancy Smith gave me the mindset I needed to go out onto the field and play my best game. Since then, I have made an effort to read this poem before my games, competitions, and big moments in life. So I only thought fit to bring this poem to graduation and share it with you. This poem is called Winners Are People Like You. Winners take chances. Like everyone else, they fear failing, but they refuse to let fear control them. Winners are flexible. They realize there is more than one way and are willing to try others. Winners know they are not perfect. They respect their weaknesses while making the most of their strengths. Winners fall, but they don't stay down. They stubbornly refuse to let the fall keep them from climbing. Winners don't blame fate for their failures. They accept responsibility for their lives. Winners are positive thinkers. who see good in all things. From the ordinary, they make the extraordinary. Winners believe in the path they have chosen, even when it's hard, and even when others can't see where they're going. Lastly, winners are patient. They know a goal is only as worthy as the effort that's required to achieve it. Winners are people like you. They make this world a better place to be. This poem is about how winning is not just for the trophy. Winning is about the struggle, the patience, and the determination you must have to overcome adversity and reach your goals. Whoops. Whether each and every one of us has faced a struggle in our time at Barnstable High School, whether it was studying late into the night for a difficult test or a personal issue at home or in a friend group, we have hit roadblocks that have tried to keep us from reaching this milestone. But we did it. We won these diplomas, and today, after we leave this stadium, we are ready to take on the next challenge of our lives. Now, be the winner of your future. Congrats 2020, and thank you.
I like you.
Hello everyone, my name is Blake Germani and I'm the treasurer of this year's graduating class, so I'm the money man. After 5 long years of fundraising for all of our senior events that would happen this spring, we worked really hard washing cars, selling flowers, running dances, and well, we just didn't need it. Thanks, COVID. Alright, so now if Miss Gardner could come to the stage, we will present you with our gift. So it is my pleasure to give our funds to you, Miss Gardner. We trust that you will purchase something substantial that leaves our mark and makes sure everyone remembers us. If anyone can make that happen, it's really you, Miss Gardner. I believe that we are an amazing class, and we will show that through this gift, and we will not be forgotten.
I promise.
She promises, guys.
I promise. Thank you.
Now please welcome to the stage our superintendent, Dr. Mayo Brown.
Thank you, Money Man. Good afternoon, class of 2020, a class like no other. On behalf of the Barnstable School Committee and Barnstable Public Schools, a warm welcome to our families and guests. Today, we pay tribute to the class of 2020. We are so incredibly proud of our graduating seniors in more ways that can be expressed today. Families, we share with you the pride of watching your loved ones cross the stage today. I want to thank all of our parents and families for entrusting your children to us and allowing us to share in their journey. To all of our educators, support staff, counselors, and administrators who could not be here today to celebrate, please know that we recognize your many contributions over the years to the class of 2020. Thank you for your part in developing these outstanding young men and women. We are so very proud that among the class of 2020, there are graduates who have chosen an immediate path to serve our country. These members of the class of 2020 will soon live and breathe terms such as honor, courage, commitment, and service before self. And now, it is my distinct honor to announce members of the class of 2020 who are entering service to our country. Students, as I announce your name and branch of service, please rise and remain standing. United States Military Academy at West Point, Declan Moriarty. Already left. So many of them have left, but we're going to announce their names anyway. United States Coast Guard, Patrick Balfe. United States Navy, I'm going to call 2 names, Stellan Vaselli and Ducky Affleck. United States Marine Corps, I'm going to call a couple of names, so we'll applaud at the end. Leonardo Marichal, Antonio Wood Jr., Paul Lima, Colin Sylvester, and Brian De Silva. So students, please remain standing because audience members, if you are a veteran or active military, please stand and join our students so that we may thank all of you for your service and our students may realize those who have gone before them. Thank you, and please be seated. We are also proud to announce that the Commonwealth of Massachusetts is recognizing high school graduates who attain proficiency in 2 or more languages. Students who achieved this honor successfully completed a rigorous state exam and are receiving a state seal of biliteracy on their transcripts, a statement of significant accomplishment and academic success. And now would all students who receive the seal of biliteracy please stand so we can applaud your achievement. Please be seated. Class of 2020, thank you. Despite the impact of a global pandemic, you stayed the course. Many of you took on the task of essential worker, took care of sick loved ones, helped your younger brothers and sisters, and found creative ways to social distance. We also watched you speaking up and speaking out. Change is upon us, and you'll need to decide your part. You always have a choice on the character you want to display and the commitment you want to make. We're confident that you will make your mark in making this world a better place for all. Class of 2020, congratulations on a job well done.
Thank you, Dr. Mayo Brown. At this time, would today's speakers please join their classmates in the stands? And last but certainly not least, please welcome our principal, Mr. Patrick Clark.
Thank you for joining us at this celebration for the class of 2020 as they step out into the world. We've had the honor of teaching them, learning with them, and growing with them here at Barnstable High over the past 5 years. And now they are off. Graduates, you are off to training for the life that you want to make for yourself, to further your education, to explore, and to love. So as you head off choosing a path, please remember that the limits or expanse of your life are determined by your courage and your kindness. That courage includes your belief in self, willingness to put yourself out there, ask for the job, ask for the help, or ask for the forgiveness. That grand action courage, the big stuff of memories, boarding a perfectly good airplane with the goal of jumping out of it in a few short minutes, towing the start line, knowing a finish line is 4 miles due east with Nikes on your feet, or asking for a hand in marriage, knowing that your happiness might rest in the balance. So as you step off to train, develop these skills for adventure, and also develop the courage to take action. Kindness will become your staple MO when you remember one simple practice: use things and love people. You stand in the quiet darkness, and that single star catches your eye. In a moment of solitude and smallness, you choose, while you are only one, to contribute to our earthly light. Doing the good, doing the right, and doing your job, relishing in the fact that no one ever needs to know your good work. At that enlightened moment, you are fully distant from your number of followers, likes, or retweets, standing alone, fulfilled, and content. You see, the training is the goal, training our spirits quietly away from the stage or the Friday night lights. Things are tools to use, and people are unique creatures to love. And doesn't our world go sideways when we get that backwards? Your dorm, your platoon, your co-workers will benefit from your kindness, your unity, and your civility, the positive social magnets that pull people together, where we are always at our best. So as you are announced with diploma in hand for all to see while you descend the stand, please remember that being courageous and kind are as important as other skills of the mind. And for a time, it's been another's say, telling you to have a certain type of day. The giving life and the joy that it brings when you love people and what you use are things. Life is good, ultimate peace of mind, when training yourself to be both courageous and kind. Well, my young friends, from this point forward, the type of life and the type of day that you train for and ultimately have is up to you. Train hard.
We have about 10 more speeches. No, I'm just kidding. It's not hot out, is it? Hi, everyone. I'm Mrs. Gardner. I have had the honor of being the senior class advisor for the past 4 years, and I actually followed this group up from 7th grade. I stepped up into 8th grade with them, so my heart is sitting right here with you. I am more proud than anyone in the stadium. Well, maybe you too, but I share it with you. This is Mrs. Lomax. We are going to announce your graduates. They are going to travel down each of the ramps towards a photo. We will be sending you that photo so you don't have to rush up to grab a picture. The graduates then are going to encircle you around the track, so you'll be able to see them there as well. So we do ask that you stay seated comfortably in the heat. Thank you. Are we ready? Yes. All right, let's do this.
All of them? Go ahead, Lisa.
Lisa.
Stand.
Go, Lisa.
Should I wait until she's down?
Yeah.
Tell me when.
That's there.
Lisa Ellen Alto. Elizabeth Aislinn Adams. Jonathan Ryan Adams. Keneal Demaine Adams. Jaron Anthony Affleck. Helen Nicole Ahajam. Abigail Marie Elisusi. Ramaya Elena Allen. Silver Lynn Alty. Amari Hante Alvarez. Diana Priscilla Alvarez. Jeffrey Leo Laby. Gabrielle Costa Lacerda.
My niece, Meredith Catherine Lamoth.
Sydney Nicole Lancaster. Arthur Benjamin James Langlois. Harrison Conway Landman. Thomas Glenn Landman. Erin Kathleen LaRiviere. Rachel Marie Laurie. Paul Steve Lima.
Otavio Luis da Cruz Alves. Brian Anthony Ayla. Caroline Marsh Badeau. Patrick Charles Valfi. Kaylin Teresa Barnes. Valorin Batista Medina. Marina Fernandez Beltrami. Bridget Alicia Bennett. Hannah Rose Bertling. Leticia Angelo Limos. Connor Matthew Levesque. Caroline Beach Lewis. Luke Timothy Lacasio. Nathaniel Parker Lockhart. John Richard Longiel. Guillerme Alkman Lopez. Sierra Haya Nicole Bea. Zachary Nickerson Bowden. Serena Dawn Buffoli. Bridget Elizabeth Botello. And Jessica Rose Brady. Skip the full name, she's not here.
Maria Braga. Gabriella Paul Brahms. Benjamin Corey Brahman. Shabley Mia Lopez. Nicholas Henrique Lozada. Joseph Rocco Lozzi. Aiden Edward Lugsco. Darius James Luster. Brianna Marie Braun. Eleanor Grace Brown. Kathleen Grace Brown. Adelaide Frances Bashara. Olivia Susanna Burbick. Colby Matthew Burke. Salida Rose Cadet. Pauline Elizabeth Cahill. Rebecca Elizabeth Culkin. Gracie Jane Kala. Melissa Janet Kala Narvez. Christian Kamas. James Brandon Campos. Ashley Patricia Capelli. Jacqueline Marie Kappen. Wyatt James Carbonell. Sarah Marie Carlosi.
John Joseph Lyons V. Madison Alexander Mador. Anna Victoria Miranda Magalis. Azora Violet Magnus. Oh boy. Rajani Ganda Rajnahini Mahaber. Woo! I got it. Carissa Lee Malaspino. Leonardo Javier Markel. Michael Robert Martier. Chelsea Amoy Mason. Vanessa Lee Mateo. Christina Marie Mazzola. Krista Marie Mazzola. Vikay Talisa McCrae. Alana Amelia McFarlane. Lauren Elizabeth McKean. Sarah Ann McAllister. Kyle Andrew McMullen. Isabella Marie McNamara. Elizabeth Woodbury McWilliams. Abigail Lauren Mead. Julia Rose Meese. Adam Thomas Messinger.
Where? Bryce Nathaniel Carpenter. Sabrina Ruth Castro.
Talia Christina Diaz Coelho.
Will Joseph Cogswell.
It's okay.
Noah Oldland Colson. Chase Thomas Conroy. Morgan Lily Contrino. Cheyenne Nevaeh Cook. Christopher Scott Cordero. Abigail Ann Corey. Catherine Elizabeth Crawford. Nathan Kempton Cummings. Emmeline Azavita DaCosta. Kevin Ribeiro Mercone. Elijah Roy Montero. Olivia Gail Montero. Yasmin Garcia Montero. Shea Elizabeth Morales. Patricia Vieira Moran. Travis Tyler Moreau. Declan Michael Moriarty. Connor Richard Morrison. Samuel Lyndon Morse. Elizabeth Ann Sergey Muncie.
Alexis Taylor Murphy. Jack Hinckley Needham. Colleen Francis Neely. Nicholas Neville. Emma Sophia Newman. Lily Anna Nyan. Anna Gabriele da Silva. Brian David da Silva. Cassiana Ferreira da Silva. Jake Henry Dace. Rebecca Sky Dalton. Camille Nicole Daluz. Laura Maria Dantes. Aiden Edward Dashner. Lily Chingchu Davidson. Jamili Ferreira de Almeida. Wilson Simoes de Miranda. Flaviana Maria de Oliveira Lara. James Thomas Delamorte. Josephine Christine DeLuga. Isabelle Bruno de Souza.
Christina Elsie DeRocher. Benny Christopher Daniel Dewan. Elmir Miguel Alves Diamantino. Analea Nugents. Kaylee Ryan O'Donnell Birch. William Oscar O'Dwyer. Cooper John O'Neill. Benjamin Xavier O'Toole. Caroline Elizabeth Oakley. Lauren Elizabeth Oganowski. Olivia Jean Oganowski. Catherine Francis Olson. Thomas Robert Auer. Jean-Pierre Ernesto Pacheco Narvaez. Samjani Pandit. Alexis Sophia Papavazilio. Georgia Brianne Paquette. Annika Elizabeth Pasick. Jacob Bard Pass. Sean William Paulson. Shimei Pelzam.
Madeline Emily DePietro. Beatrice do Nascimento Laredo. Jessica Gail Donahue. Lana Milo Baltar dos Anjos. Madison Elizabeth Doyle. Jack William Dugay. Meredith Grace Dulac. Taylor Grace Eastman. Ravel Clement Eddy. Ted Francis Els. Renee Eduardo Fajardo Mojica. Amy Fajardo, Erica Yarnira Fajardo, Elton Slade Ferrier, Riley Ann Farrington, Linnea Sarah Fouks, Acacia Monique Ferron, Alexius Marie Femia, Beatrice Victoria Fernandez, Adrena Jocelyn Fernandez Paredes, Triona Orion Ferry. We're getting there.
Sydney Brooke Pepe, Alaya Christina Perez, Taryn Elizabeth Perilli, Jocelyn Joyce Perry, Kylie Vasana Fotowong, Bianca Armande Pierre, Rashawn Romario Plummer, Stephen Daniel Pond, Kyle Edward Popilio, Brian Sean Powell, Luke James Powell, Roll Tide, Emma Grace Radford, Nicholas William Ramos, Alana Claire Randall, Sophia Elizabeth Reed, William James Reddy,
Anthony Evo Figueredo, Callan Gail Flanagan, Caroline Joy Florin, Kyle Marie Fortes, Owen Robert Fournier, Jadaro Tadaro France, Nicole Elizabeth Francis, Jenna Lynn Frazier, Mateus Santos Freitas, Brian Philip Fry, Neely Claire Bronson Fromine, Dorian May Funk, Matthew Andrew Galvao, Jack Patrick Galvin, Peyton Ann Garrity, Blake Maxwell Germani, Amanda Aparecida Carlos Gomes, Catherine Marilena Goodall, Shanoy Tajanique Gayan Gordon, Sarah Elizabeth Gareffi, Christine Elizabeth Griffin, Eric Diaz Gilberto, Robinson Guerrero Baez, Annie Kaying Gao, Sophia Rose Helu,
Victoria Rose Hall, Ashley Rose Hamlin, Erin Christine Hambley, Kyle Christopher Hambley, Michael Seamus Hanrahan, Sean Michael Hansen, Michael Patrick Hardy, Caitlin Christine Hatch, Graham Scott Hempstead, Diana Alexa Hercules, Nicole Herrera, Brandon Edward Reardon, Colby Austin Rebello, Catherine Lindsay Riley, Michael Bryant James Richardson, Kaylee Marie Rivera, Diana Abigail Rivera, Olivia Renee Rivera, Benahana Mazareo Roberto,
Alicia Ann Rockness, Aaliyah Jai Roderick, Hannah Elizabeth Roderick, Isabella Rafaela Rodriguez, Brian Rodriguez Vargas, Alec Rogalski, Erin Elizabeth Rooney, Aldion Iran Rose, Joshua Michael Hersey, Grace Eileen Hickey, Joshua Quesada Higashi, Matthew James Higginbotham, Chloe Ray Higgins, Haley Ann Higgins, Ashley Marie Lorraine Hine, Peyton Jane Howell, Kennedy Ann Hunter, Nathaniel William Hupp, Samantha Blake Hurwitz, Keith John Huska, Scott Huynh, Jordan Apphia Jackson. Sorry, Jordan.
Alicia Jeanette Johnson. Shay Elizabeth Johnson. Ashano Junior Jones. Melissa Marika Jones. Matthew Thomas Judge. Allison Lynn Kearney. Kieran Robert Kelly. Isabella Grace Kendall. Max James Kennedy. Michaela Cameron Kerr. Abigail Worthington Kimball. Reed Posey Kohler. Marius Aronis Kleinis. Matthew Alexander Klett. Shay Annalise Coulis.
Haley Diane Chasen Rosenfield. Christopher Joseph Rubin. Daniel Paul Rufo. Zachary David Ruth. Alexander John Saladino. Nicholas Allen Sanders. Victor Bello Lope Santana. Tyler Jemani Satchel. Elijah Daniel Saunders. Madeline Lacey Sawyer. Tala Rain Schoening. Jack Edmund Scipione. Seyran Sarif. Cullum Thomas Shaughnessy. Margot Ann Silliman. Anna Carolina Silva. Danila Costa Silva. Pamela Ayers Silva. Jacob Robert Sivertson. Sarah Kathleen Skinner. Alexander Owen Smith. Colleen Murphy Smith. Dylan James Smith. Anna Clara Barella Souza. Brenda De Campos Souza.
Guy Almeida Souza. Pedro Haniel Mira Souza. Patrick Liam Spillane. Aiden Tucker St. Romain. Summer Haley Stagman. Madison Emily Stevens. Stephanie Cecilia Stiles. Abel Antone Suwed Gruyan. Owen Christopher Sullivan. Cody Andrew Sumner. Emily Joanne Swift. Hannah Jean Swift. Eleanor Jane Swindler. Colin James Sylvester. Logan Patrick Taylor. Wilbur Renee Tejada Diaz. Blake Jonathan Thomas. Lila Jesse Thompson. Christopher Michael Thorne. Taylor Josephine Tibbetts. Kiara Catherine Tilley. Alexander Eve Tyndall. Lily Sybil Tordone. Modesto Torbillo Peralta. Andrew Dobner Valentin.
Last one. Samantha Ann Van Gelder. Xavier Lawrence Vermette. Stellan Segalini Viselli. Evan James Walker. Aaliyah Lauren Wallace. Raquel Wallace. Malachi Ramugira Walsh. Samuel Devin Ziller Wasser. Alicia Isaiah Watson. Ella Sophia Watson. Isabel Marie Weaver. Ethan Jeffrey Weiner. Reese William White. Olivia Lynn Whitmore. Caroline Grace Williams. John Anderson Willis. Nicholas Michael Wilson. Samuel McLean Wilson. Colin James Wojciechowski. Antonio Robert Wood. Alex Nicholas Woolery. Jack Joshua Ring. Sarah Zaradine. Andrew Zhao Zhou. Aaron Zhao Zhou. And last but not least, Amelia Page Zink. Do we want to pull them in? We're just going to let the photographer finish up the pictures real quick, and we will finish and complete the ceremony. Yeah. Do you want to come up and speak, Mr. Clark? Because please don't leave me up here alone in front of all these people.
Let him enjoy the breeze.
Enjoy your quiet time. I don't know. They need a list. It's all the social distancing stuff. You want me to sing? No, not going to happen. No. Faint? Maybe. Might happen. He said half of them.
I will make an announcement of our dismissal procedure. The town of Barnstable was good enough to have us, to allow us to have this event today, and one of the key ingredients in that was an unusual way to exit the stadium today. So what's going to happen is we're going to finish up the photos that are down here on the north side of the stadium, and we're going to do the turning of tassels. At that time, all graduates are leaving the stadium. I'd ask all of you to stay on the turf proximate to your seats. If you need to stand to stretch the legs, that's fine. And then dismissal is going to be by zone. Those of you who have a red program who are further south, there are 9 rows. Those folks with red programs are going to exit. Then the middle third of the field, they have white programs. They will exit a few minutes after. And then the light blue who are over here to the north will exit. And I'll make those announcements. Thank you for your patience and your cooperation. And if you know the folks at Town Hall, if Mr. Ells is here, I believe he is, thank you very much for allowing us to have an outdoor graduation with everybody together. Lines 1 and 3, line them up. Great, guys. Okay, we have just a couple photos to go. If all of the graduates can take their shape in either line 1 or line 3, socially distanced, please. Thank you.
All complete.
Okay, graduates, your tassel now hangs over your right eye, and if everyone would face the field. The words they teach you at principal school. By the power vested in me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I now announce that you are a graduate with all the rights, responsibilities, and privileges thereof. On the count of 3, flip your tassels. 1, 2, 3, flip. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2020, you can let the mortarboards fly. After you retrieve your mortarboard, the recessional will be out to the main gate. You can follow Mr. Kaiser and Mr. Donahue. All students should remain on the track and head right out the top gate. Thank you very much. Everyone else remain on the turf. Well done. Well done. Patricia? At this point, I would invite everyone with a red program to exit the lower gate by the Conway building. Everybody with a red program, head to your right and exit the lower gate near the Conway building. Thank you. You know where I am. All guests with a white program can now exit the upper gate behind the graduates. All guests with a white program can exit the upper gate behind the graduates. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. Those with a blue program are invited to exit the lower gate over near the Conway building at this point. Thank you very much.